we fucked up.
Yeah, basically, after we got the bikes, we decided we'd ride them north until we got to a Laotian border, the Bo-Wai border.
We got there and they said, no visa for Laos, no leave Vietnam.
Okay, let's try this in a more concise manner. Basically, the website we got our info from was wrong. We couldn't get our visa on arrival at the land border we tried to use. You can get an e-visa for Laos, but it's no good at any border crossing shared with Vietnam. At this point, if we wanted to go to Laos, we would first need to go to Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi to apply for an old-fashioned visa, which ain't nobody got time for. You should always check with the official immigration website of the country you're entering.
So, we're on a side quest today.
Them not letting us into Laos kind of forced us to overstay our visa. It took us a while to figure out the best course of action, but ultimately we decided to ride our motorbikes from the Bo-Wai border all the way to Da Nang, which took us a few days. But we finally made it to Da Nang. We flew out to Ho Chi Minh City, where we are today. Now we're flying out to Singapore, and then from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
As Canadians, we don't need visas to get into Malaysia. So we get 90 days on arrival, which is sick. I did not know that. So it was kind of like we don't have to pay for a visa to go into another country, and we were able to use points in order to book this flight. So aside from the little fine that we had to pay in a back room today, it is not as expensive as it could have been for us. So we're very grateful for that, to have the passport that we do to be able to move freely.
Basically, that little mistake of overstaying in the country for 5 days cost us $114 each Canadian.
So subscribe so we can get monetized, so we can pay for this mess up of ours. No, I'm just kidding. But maybe subscribe if you'd like. We'll spend a full day in Kuala Lumpur. Then we will turn around and fly back to Da Nang. Okay, let's
get out
go.
of here.
I'm a little embarrassed to admit how little I knew about Kuala Lumpur before arriving, but man was I in for a surprise. It was an entirely different experience from what we've had so far. Because of some questionable eggs that wreaked havoc on Ashley's insides earlier, our already brief stay in the city was cut even shorter. So we decided to spend the rest of our afternoon being architecture enthusiasts.
That is a stunningly gigantic structure. For reference, the Bow building is 774 feet, and this is like over 2,200. That's large. It's so weird too when you see it in person. Well, I won't give away too much because it's Evan's thing.
So this thing behind me is massive. I didn't even know about this before we came here, but it's the second tallest building in the world. It's called the Merdeka 118, and they just finished building it this month. I think there's a mall on the bottom that there is still being built, so I'm not sure if we can get too much closer to it than this, but just being near this thing it makes me anxious. It's so big. It gives me, I think it's called megalophobia, which is just like something so impendingly big in front of you. This is the biggest single thing I've ever seen. I guess a few months ago, a couple of Russians, a girl and a guy, climbed to the top of it like trespassing. Just the thought of that makes me shiver.
It seems like there's a little club in the world with everyone who has the tallest buildings. And obviously the Burj Khalifa is the tallest one in the world by a long shot. But according to Wikipedia, which is a good source for information, the observation deck of this building is actually higher than the Burj. So I guess you could say this is the tallest observation deck in the world. It's so ungodly hot here.
Oh.
Like the humidity is different.
Yeah.
It feels like 36.
Yeah, it's not even full sun right now. And it's too much.
Look at this poor guy's sweat. Eating.
It's all for you.
I don't know if you've heard of it, but they actually made 2 towers here in memory of the Harry Potter series. So we're probably going to go check those out later.
I don't know, something fell on me from this tree. My mind immediately goes to its poop, but I don't know what to do about this. Should we not bring any toilet paper?
Actually there might be some in the bag. I'll take a look instead of filming you at your worst.
Appreciate that.
With my forearm now feces free, we hopped into a grab car to take us to our next location. A 40-minute drive through the downtown streets of KL gave Ashley plenty of time to prep some fast facts for everyone about this behemoth of a structure.
Welcome to the Petronas Towers. I was just kidding. I know I got you guys with thinking it was created for Harry Potter. They created this building to house a petroleum company. I guess it's like the National Petroleum Company of Malaysia. Not as cool as Harry Potter in my opinion, but that's okay.
I thought that the reason it was called that was because when Lewis Hamilton did his like online, Harry Potter test, this was his Petronas, this is what it looked like, and then the architect modeled it after that.
It was actually created in 1998 by some Argentinian architect, and they are the tallest twin towers in the world, and they've held that title ever since. So all you aspiring architects out there, challenge this one. Everyone's doing the biggest tower. Someone do a new biggest twin tower. So many of these largest buildings just have such an evil feel to them. Like this one looks as though it's from Gotham.
Yeah.
Pretty cool though.
So shiny and metallic.
Yeah, I wonder, do they have to like polish it or does the rain take care of that?
I think it's stainless steel. The thing that gets me about buildings that are so big like this is how do they not just sink into the ground? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes when I'm walking I leave a footprint. This thing must sink a little bit. That's a lot of weight.
We should actually look up how heavy it is. We'll put that down here. Okay, well let's go in front of it and get a bit of a better angle because right now we're just kind of like on the side in front of one tower. We want to see both.
Unfortunately, that's about all we have time for Malaysia and Kuala Lumpur. But it does really make me want to come back for sure. I don't know about you.
Heck yeah. Canadians get 90 days in Malaysia, which is, as we're finding out with visa runs, that's a godsend to be able to just show up and not have that time-sensitive nature kind of looming over you.
So much, so many different kinds of people and different ways of life, and so advanced and such awesome architecture here. I can't believe it. Yeah, and this place can be expensive, but it can be cheap. It depends what you want.
Yeah.
So I think it's in our budget.
I'd say so. You know what? Sometimes sleep for dinner or sleep for breakfast really changes your budget.
I think we mentioned that, yeah, we just left our motorcycles at the hotel, so
yeah, super nice.
we gotta go back and get them. Hopefully they're still there.
Yeah, we just asked them and they're like, yeah, no problem. We're like, we're leaving the country. Are you sure it's okay? They're like, yeah, no problem. Just leave them there.
Do you want us to pay?
No.
We're just gonna hunker down for a couple days because it's our anniversary. We're just gonna lie low, and it got us a nice place that Ashley doesn't know about yet. She has no idea what the place is and what it's gonna be like, so it should be a good surprise.
I'm excited. And it's number 5, so our first milestone. Very exciting. Great
5.
way to spend it.
5 what? Oh, 5
5
years.
years.
Yeah.
We'll end it here. We'll see you next time in Vietnam. We have no idea what we're doing for the next video, so it'll be a surprise for everyone. Bye!
Shit.